Massachusetts education system.
Well, we didn't name the state Massachusetts, okay?
Okay, but
If you're not going to Harvard, I guess they kind of just abandon you on the roadside as a child. Like there's no point.
So true. So we have like a Spartan-style society in which if a child is deemed Harvard bound, we throw them in the woods and forget about them.
You're in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, yeah, see, I wouldn't know because I do stuff with MIT, so.
It's not Harvard.
That's the Athens of the East Coast Ivy Leagues.
So on the back of that, on the back of that, hello everyone. I'm Eddie Springer, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and we return with an episode of Star Trek Survey Expedition Delta: Adventures of the USS Bonaventure in the Dawnland Fringe. And if we seem at all rusty as heck, that's because it has been weeks since the last episode. So forgive us, but we are longtime veterans of this system, so don't worry, we will not make any mistakes. Now, where's my book? But we
won't make any mistakes we don't usually make.
Yeah, that's being real. This is a 3-threat game. Given time, I'll actually cut that scene out. I'll cut straight to the Bonaventure. As some time has gone by since your last venture out, I believe you're... Oops, I'm on the wrong thing entirely. That would make no sense. I'd be quoting from my thing. So you had been... It's been a few weeks, nearly a month, since you've been relatively sidelined from the larger Breen issue in the Dawnland Fringe. And basically doing basic astrographical surveys, checking on colonists and so on. Nothing that really was terribly difficult for a veteran crew of a ship like the Bonaventure. But now you are en route at high warp to run to the assistance of the USS Haida. It would seem that the Haida had... Well, I'll show you a little more here, give you a bit of scope on what's happened in your sector. Plus, you haven't seen this map in forever. Now, this whole time, for all these weeks, the Commodore of the Wolastoq and Survey Expedition Delta has been trying to establish enough fleet strength from the Rimward fleets and diplomatic pressure to come down on the last real vestige, the last foothold of the Breen Confederacy in the sector. That is in the form of... I have the name of the species written down. Where'd I put you? I was just doing it like 30 minutes ago. Then I got talking about the American literature and high art and lack thereof. There we go. The Kool people, Kool, or long form, the Kool, they are after some study by the Haida, they've been keeping their distance, trying not to engage, mostly playing interdiction and trade protection in that part of the sector. They have learned over time, with the help of long-form sensors and some investigations by the Folk Confederation, that there is the planet itself is a M-class world that is surrounded in Thoron radiation clouds, and its upper atmosphere seems to be irradiated as well. But it seems the inhabitants themselves are a very primitive society, which made it very confusing why the Breen were there at all, until it was so learned that the Breen have kind of established themselves as somewhat of a cargo cult over the inhabitants, giving them just enough technology and making them into a sort of planet-side labor force that helps support their base of operations, the space station they have, and their ground forces, and supply and so on. So that presented a political problem that the Commodore wasn't entering you into. because frankly there wasn't a whole lot that could be done without going to war or getting too interventional. That somewhere along, that's why she was kind of hoping to gather more federational weight. To that way, if things did turn up, it wouldn't just be Survey Expedition Delta with 3 ships and a space station to face off whatever fleet of ships the Breen have. They'd have the Rimward fleets to kind of jump in if they need to. Haida's captain, in a fit of, shall we say, initiative, worked out with some folk Federation people to mediate an agreement with the Kulu people. Well, great idea, because it was a way to try to get the Kulu people to reject their Breen overlords, and the Federation just merely mediates the exchange. Unfortunately, it seems that some sort of incident occurred. The crew of the Haida isn't entirely sure what happened, but it happened on planet side, and it resulted in a dramatic shift in space-time, where it seemed that the planet and star have drastically destabilized, and the Breen starship that was in orbit and its space station have been obliterated by some force on the planet. The Haida suspects that one of the Riverfolk people were in fact a Starfolk person who unleashed their power in the middle of the mediation. They can't get contact, and they've been desperately trying to get contact with their away team. They haven't heard from them. The Folk Federation people aren't saying anything, and now you have an entire star system that the Haida just wasn't expecting to have to deal with. They thought they just had to play mediator and maybe solve this problem for the Commodore and everyone else, and now they're desperately in need of assistance. And that's why I was on that map as well. Sorry. That's why you, as the Bonaventure, have been sent to help the Haida try to rescue their crew, their away team. Maybe try to save the system from being destroyed by the Starfolk person who's already there. And lastly, you have orders to help get yourself and the Haida to evacuate once the Breen fleet arrive. Because right now, the Woolastook and the Margaret Brooke are going rimward to rendezvous with the Rimward fleet that is on its way. The Haida did make a general call for help, but they figured that by the time they know that the fleet won't get there in time. They won't get to that system in time. But the Haida can't just leave without their people. And they're hoping you, as the Bonaventure, will be able to get in there and give them that extra bit of assistance to tip this over. Plus, the Bonaventure has a better working relationship with the Folk Confederation than the Haida does. The Haida's been very... it's been playing space tag a lot. It's been dealing with a lot of colonists and traders and freighters, sometimes the Breen, but they don't deal with the Folk Confederation all that often. So this is going well for their captain. They're having a great day.
Can you revisit? I didn't get why there's a Breen fleet in play.
So the Breen, I'll go back here as well. The Breen fleet, there was a Breen ship that was here in the system, in the Kulu system, and it got destroyed. As it was destroyed, it was by the Starfolk on that planet. They sent out a distress signal of their own, which that means there is suspect that there's a Breen fleet somewhere out there, and they're heading toward the location. There's actually even a worry that by the time you get there, it's going to be too late, and all you're going to be doing is rescuing survivors from the Haida. But they just know that whatever large movement is heading there, the Commodore doesn't think that the fleet will have gotten there in time. So there's no sense having you. They want to at least have somebody go there and check on the Haida and help them as best they can before things get too much worse.
Is it like a known Breen formation is on the move? We just don't know exactly where they are? Or is it just these Breen talked to someone and then it's kind of escalated to, well, if they talk to someone, it must be, the worst possible case for us.
They're estimating, the intelligence officer on the Woolastook theorizes at minimum the ships you've already encountered in system, the S-28, S-27, and the mercenaries, 29B, 29A. So at minimum, that's a fair amount of fleet that would be even that Survey Expedition Delta might be able to deal with on their own. But if they call in for yet another fleet to come in, that's more than Survey Expedition Delta can deal with on its own. So it's more that they're massing with the Rimward fleet just to make sure that they have, if the Breen bring more people, they'll have more than enough to make a standoff of it rather than just being crushed. And ideally, they'd have the Haida just leave. Like, they just forget it. Something happened. Get out of there. The mission failed. Just get out of there. But they have an away team stuck down there. And someone might argue they were at fault. The Commodore doesn't think so. They just thought, whatever happened down on the planet, unless whoever the away team screwed up, you know what I mean? They're not sure how bad this is for Starfleet, other than they have a ship stuck there and Federation citizens and officers stuck on a planet that's on the brink of blowing up. So that is all to say that at best they know of 4 ships that are coming in, but their intelligence officers are thinking, you actually have the name for that person, come to think of it. I think someone made that person. I think it's Karom, I want to say. They're not statted. But, you know, someone on the intelligence officer for the fleet, for Survey Expedition Delta, has said that they believe there's more ships coming. But if the Rimward fleet comes in, along with Survey Expedition Delta, that should be an even fight. Because the Rimward fleet's pretty big. So, and they were already kind of massing up anyway, because the Commodore wanted to do this sort of, show up in force and say, okay, you can't bully us, we can't bully you, let's talk to each other. And Haida kind of jumped the gun a little. Which, hey, if it worked, it would have been amazing, but unfortunately, we're in this situation now. Are there any preparations or other questions before you arrive in system?
I don't think so.
Nothing without more information, not from the doctor, I don't
Yeah.
think.
Yeah. Actually, I take that back. I'll wait till we find out if the Breen are there, are already there or not.
Oh, and I forgot to give your
Because
directive.
that'll kind of change the approach.
Oh yeah, directives. That's a thing. That's a gameplay mechanic.
And I remember
Sure is.
I remember to write them down in advance this time instead of just kind of making them as I went. I'll pin that in the Discord. So Directive 1, aid in the rescue of the away team of the USS Haida. Directive 2, de-escalate the starfolk known as Blue Sky from their bellicose actions. And Directive 3, withdraw from mission area when Breen fleet arrives and rendezvous with Rimward fleet Gamma and Survey Expedition Delta.
I do have a question about that then. So, they're not. Are they in the mission directives, or did you put them somewhere else?
I put them in Discord. I'll put them in
Okay.
directives now. That's probably purpose directive.
The directive 2.
Start date's wrong as well in there. I'll fix that.
Is this anything we've ever encountered that suggests that the Starfolk think have any claim or inhabitants of this area?
Of the cool system, no. They don't have any inhabitants there. They went there as envoys to
Okay.
try to talk them again, to get them to get rid of the Breen or let go of their relationship with the Breen. Because then once they let go, the Breen now have no real foothold in the sector anymore.
Okay, I was just because that makes this a third party trying to talk another third party into leaving, whereas I was afraid it was a third party trying to talk the owners into leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's it.
Very good. Pull over to the sensor scope. You jump into system, or you're approaching system. On a quick glance, to pull you onto the map because that makes it easier for me to track things, what people are doing, and who's active and who's not active.
Binary.
Yep, binary star system. The companion star is a red dwarf, and the main star, such as it is an orange dwarf. But the orange dwarf's the only thing with a planet around it. The red dwarf doesn't have anything other than like your standards, like Oort cloud, like debris and stuff, but no planets. Whereas this system has quite a few fields. Anything with those green clouds, that is an area that is inundated with Thoron radiation. Initially, the colonization effort didn't even think to go this way. Even the Commodore was leery of heading here because even at extreme range sensors, like with the subspace telescopes, this place looked very unfriendly. And then it was only learned later that there was actually something M-class in here somehow. And it only recently has the Hyde is like the first one to make any sort of idea on who these people are. Yeah, M-class, Ice Age world, high gravity. Thoron irradiated atmosphere. Yet the lower atmosphere is somehow clear, like it's actually breathable below the upper atmosphere. Something about the planet is making it livable for the inhabitants, though the gravity is pretty high, so even if you go down there, due to various... actually, I have a readout for it I can give you, because this is something the Haida could have told you. They've had plenty of time to sit here and twiddle their thumbs going, we can't really do anything. So
let's just do scans.
Let's do scans. That way, when our friends get here, we can help them out and go, "Hey, by the way." Copy. Wait, no, I already did. I made this easy on myself, didn't I? Oh, fiddlesticks. Fine. Let's do it this way. Boop. Oh, that's why I was doing it that way. I remember now because it's really long. Because it's full readout first. For a thing. Oop. That's... There are some artifacts from my editing, which look terrible. And it'll bother me if I don't fix it now. There we go. Yep. I can share this. Yes. Anyone? No, actually share it. Copy link. There we go. Oop. You pretty cool. Actually. So mainly with the Thoron radiation, I'll say is that with most modern starships, older starships, or think like the NX era, anything of that era would struggle to move around here. Shields are really necessary to move around without or just really good hull design to keep the Thoron radiation from just cooking everyone inside, irradiating everyone inside. But most modern starships can't fly through it. The downside is it creates massive blind spots. Modern sensor scans scatter and get interfered with Thoron radiation. That's kind of why the Hyde has been struggling to even reach into the planet, because they sent their away team down on a shuttle. Beaming is possible when the weather was good and they knew exactly where to beam, but in an emergency, they thought it was better to have a shuttle so that if they needed to leave, they could leave. But now, with the situation as unstable as it is, they can't get a lock on their away team. They can sense that their communication systems are down there. They can sense life forms that don't belong on that planet, but they can't get a good lock, much as they've been trying. But they're also
Well,
worried
just-
about sending things down because they're scared that if they antagonize the Starfolk who's down there, they might retaliate against the ship. So they're being very, very cagey about doing it, about getting to involve themselves too much with the planet.
What is from our estimation, what is the ability for ships to hide out in this noise? Like, if I look at the long-range scanners to see if there are any ships, how confident am I that that's an accurate representation and not skewed by the Thoron radiation?
If you go system silent, you
Mhm.
just go cold, you could disappear in these things. These things could hide starships. If you wanted to make sure, you'd have to do a more in-depth sweep to check that if anything's hiding out in here.
Then I will report that to the captain. As we warp in and as my sensors get increasingly fuzzy, I'm going to say, I cannot with any confidence comment on the state, on the presence or lack therein of any ships in the area, sir.
Although, wouldn't to go from cold to running, wouldn't that take time?
It would take an action from somebody to pull you out of cold. Yeah, cold running is an action, either way.
Okay.
It's the play, Captain.
Oh, and I'm gonna start setting up an extended task and extended trouble track if nothing else, because I know that at minimum is a problem. Which you'll have a trouble track that'll advance from failed tests and complications. Basically, the trouble track representing how close the Breen might arrive, because they're not here, but you don't know. It took you time to get here, and even then, your Commodore was worried that you wouldn't have had enough time. Now that you're here, you have to hope they're taking the long way here, or they were already very far away to begin with. So they're probably not arriving in the next 30 seconds, but you don't have all day or all week to poke at this problem. Never mind the fact the planet might blow up in the interim anyway. So, low stakes.
The Hyda's report was that the Starfolk is had basically a self-declared war against the Breen.
By their actions, if nothing else, because it went from initially they thought it was just 2 river folk who went down to talk, and then 2 of the Wade team went down to mediate, and then something happened, and all of a sudden they noticed this huge spike that they know from your adventures that registers to Starfolk energy signatures, and then all of a sudden the planet started going hog wild, the stars started going hog wild, and they were struggling to get any information. And then they saw a shot come from the planet, destroying the Breen ship, because the Breen ship wasn't going to be diplomatic about it, started like firing on the ground sort of thing.
And the Starfolk are not synonymous with like liar, right? They're just people who travel through space like we do.
I believe Starfolk is an exonym for anyone who isn't from their planet.
So the different types of folk refer to the way they travel or the way they present mainly. So stone folk move through stone, work with stone most of the time. Beast folk work with beasts, travel among other beasts. River folk travel rivers, such as not only just planetary rivers but also the star rivers that exist. And star folk are beyond those limitations. They are suspected to travel through stars. You are referred to as star folk because in their lexicon, that's what you are. You don't travel on rivers, so by extension you must be. But members of their species who are considered starfolk as part of the Folk Confederation are like people like Lyre and Loon. They are people who are they're considered Starfolk by default because that's how they travel. But
Yeah.
you might be, if you
So-
join the Confederation, you might be classified the same way.
Okay,
Or
because
they
they're
might
getting-
come up with a different name, like Void Folk or something.
They just have
Right.
Didn't demonstrate the same capacity that Liar or the Badger did.
She at
So
most
I was-
the only thing she demonstrated was a keen. You weren't there for the mission she was helping with, but she had a not supernatural, but she seemed to have she had a great sense of navigation without sensors. Like she knew when the ship was going the wrong direction, or she had this feeling that you may be going the wrong way or dealing with the problem. So among the Federation, she doesn't have the power of, say, Liar. Liar has very obvious powers, where she's seen as a very perceptive person. To the point that
I guess what I wanted to figure is it's not a default assumption that just because someone mentioned a Starfolk that means there's someone present who can, on a whim, destroy a vessel like Liar.
Yeah, and that's why the Haida made the scan and saw that one of the river folk was giving off different energy signatures. That gives a sense that it's Starfolk, because that seems like the sort of power level that they would have. But then again, that could be technology. That could be the person. They don't know. All they had was an energy signature. And it didn't match up with who was down there, because Starfolk, if it is a Starfolk of like Loon or Liar, there is something different about them. But, the power scale is completely different. Loon doesn't do anything. She just travels on ships and is super good at navigating. And is very wise. That's really it. Liar is known for being able to do incredible feats. Lux, who's a Starfolk but isn't part of the Folk Federation, but they are of the same class. So it really depends. That is the way to put it. So it is safe to assume that they're not necessarily at Liar's power level. That he's probably the upper end of that scale, as opposed to someone like Loon, who's on the much lower end of that scale. Like, they're considered Starfolk rather than Riverfolk once they get past a certain level of self-determination and influence of their surroundings. Like, they don't need the rivers as much anymore, that sort of thing. Actually, that's the primary thing, is that they don't need the space rivers to help them. They can navigate without, or go beyond them somehow. Which in Liar's case puts it mildly.
Yeah, the man who just says, I'm gonna row a boat through space.
We'll send a message to the Haida that we're here and we're moving in.
You get a very thankful acknowledgement and a message of glad that you're... I'll just straight up just glad you're here. And they give a course suggestion of coming in through this way. Through this corridor. It has the least amount of radiation in it.
But our shields mean that we don't really have to worry about the radiation?
Yeah, you can ignore it. They're just giving the suggestion out of... It's Haida's thing. Haida likes going... If they don't have to shoot at something, they'd rather make it easy on themselves. So they presume you want the same thing. But it's like, we're fine. We have shields. We'll live.
I mean, like, I presume standard navigation protocol would also not be to just barrel through it if you don't have to. Because technically it is still a navigational hazard.
Yeah.
Lieutenant Decker, let's take advantage of our multi-cell stability. Try to warp jump outside orbit of the planet.
Yes, Captain. And Sadeko would do that.
Hey, you get to roll dice. Hooray.
Yay! Hooray! I'm helping.
are involved in this game?
It's Control Con, difficulty 1, assisted by ships, engines con. And don't worry, your engine score will cover the distance you need to travel.
Okay. Is this plotting a course?
You could plot a course first.
I would like to plot a course first.
That is creating a trait, essentially plotting a course. So that is Control Con difficulty of. We'll tick it up to 3, but you have cool engines. The type of ship you are, we'll bring it down. So diff 2, and that's computers plus con.
Okay, cool. To start, Intuitive Navigator. When attempting to plot a starship course, I reduce the difficulty of the task by 2 to a minimum of 0.
0.
Keen Navigator trait.
Plus 1.
Do we have any momentum?
No. That's the first
Okay,
roll you've
cool.
done.
I still get a free D20 via power of math. Just means I don't get to re-roll this one.
You do get a reroll from the ship.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. It's been a while since I've done this. Cool. That's everything. I think that's
Computers
everything. Stellar cartography focus or helm operations.
So cartography for this bit.
Cool. I'll re-roll that 0. Why not?
Plus 1 more.
Okay. That's 3 momentum.
Ship
Actually 4 because I have a trait that gives me a +1
Oh, that's true, yep.
hit.
Boop. What was that about ship, Cap?
Didn't help.
Okay.
And then when I succeeded a navigation-related task because of Visit Every Star, I gain a bonus momentum, and because of Intuitive Navigator and the difficulty was 0, I gain an additional 2 bonus momentum.
Yeah, 3 floats.
And the trait related to our course is potency 2.
God. Do we have any questions we want to ask? As a result of me plotting this course, because I don't know that I'll be able to create more trait.
Well, what kind of questions can we ask in this scenario?
Relevant to course, how one travels from here to there in the system. Basic
honestly, I
astronomical
feel like-
questions.
Yeah, I mean, I have a question of who is lurking in the system, but I don't think you. Excuse me, I don't think you can answer that.
I know. Might I be able to spend 2 momentum to create a trait that I've at least, I've determined a clear path between here and the planet where I know there's nobody lurking, which might help if we're trying to determine, where someone is later.
I wouldn't say so, because you drop into subspace, so unless you're hitting
Okay,
a
fair
star
enough.
or a planet or some significant gravity well, it would tell you. I would point out if there was another moon, but that would be as part of your good course, especially a rating 2 good course.
Okay, fair enough. Unless anyone else has anything.
Any of the gravity wells suggests that they're strong enough to have immediate temporal effects? Or that there are temporal distortions along your path?
That's a
Yeah,
question
that's a
you
good
could answer.
question. I will spend a momentum to ask that question.
What's your path?
I presume the captain's orders would be to proceed along a straight path. The captain.
Yeah,
Unless
unless there's anything that comes up in your navigation check, then yes, the straight path.
You do not detect any sort of temporal distortion field regarding anything along that path or the main world that you are traveling to. By extension, the star, because it's so close. You're getting that for free anyway. Actually, take that back. The main world does have some temporal distortions radiating from it. It's primarily
The
Thorn.
main what?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
The main world? Is that what you said?
Yeah. So the M-class world you're traveling
Okay.
to, there
Which would
is a variety. Space-time there is being distorted quite drastically. So it's giving you anything about the planet skews and changes every time your sensors. Like you do a sweep, it says one thing. The sweep comes back around to double check, and it's different.
I
we
know.
spent two on a defined temporal
Yeah,
parameter.
that's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah, two momentum create a trait that
Cannot
you know,
create
are
traits with this way. You can adjust an existing trait, but you cannot create one this way.
That's right. I forgot this isn't first edition anymore. Do we have any more
Wait, why
questions
can't
about?
you create traits?
I believe
You
you
have
can
to
only
do it with
create traits
tasks.
with a task roll.
No, you can create traits with a successful task roll.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alter trait, you can
it's
create,
momentum
change,
spend.
or remove. Never mind.
Yeah, you can't just spend two like from the pool window after like not related to a roll.
Yeah.
But
If there's a roll, you can build a trait off of it. Which I was actually going to suggest basically exactly what the captain just suggested, was that my course takes into account this temporal distortion field, and when we arrive, we know exactly where and when we're gonna show up.
my suggestion was a slightly different, which is that you have a trait that represents that we know where the temporal distortions are. So not just that we get there safely, it's that
Yeah. I'd
going
be willing to
forward
take
we
that
know
one.
like how close we can get without being affected.
Would that be reasonable, GM?
I'll take that. I'll keep it under the banner of temporal distortion adjustments. I see what you're saying.
I'll absolutely spend that. And then does that also come under the purview of our ship talent, Captain?
Happen.
No, because it's only it says if such a task creates a trait to represent plan, course, or knowledge. So I think because it says that, if such a task creates a trait, it's referring specifically to the trait
To the task.
created by the task,
Got it. Okay.
not by.
I'd kick it up because it does represent knowledge of this region. I'd kick it up.
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
re-
'cause
that's
it is
reasonable.
momentum being spent off this task.
Yeah, it's attached to you. Could you pull another arrow there, Temzik, and get rid of your old one? That's just lingering.
Oh. Huh. Weird. Okay. That.
There you go. It's gone. Thank you.
And it's gone.
Oh, and to get you up to speed, I'll show it to you. The extended consequence is the Breen are coming. Trouble track of 25, setback at 13, and a second setback at 19. Currently resist 4 because one presumes they're far away or scattered. An impact of 5. And that will increase by complications or failed checks. The other 2 extended tasks are left empty because I'm not sure how you're going to handle this problem, so I'm not going to fill them with stuff that you may not do. But you're aware of the trouble. You know there's something that would be bad if you screw up or you mess about too much.
Mm-hmm.
But so far, so good.
Yeah, so far so good.
Oh, yes, and you jump to so you jump to the same zone as the planet. You're pretty cool.
That'll be the art.
Boop.
The Breenish are coming. The Breenish are coming.
That was bad.
Yes, it was.
The Haida gives you a quick navigational ping to let you know where they are, just in case. And yeah, with you, they do that because they don't know you have the second thing. They just know you jumped here. It's like, just real quick, just so you know where we are, so you don't run into us, please.
Yep. Captain, now in orbit of the planet, we have, during my initial plotting, I've taken into account recently detected temporal distortions present in the locality of the planet.
Alright. Lieutenant Fushi, I need a detailed analysis of that temporal disturbance. And Commander Atrum, I need you to assess the situation on the planet while Fushi's busy with that.
Sir,
Taking a look at it now, Captain.
Which do you wish to resolve first?
and you can go for it.
I should keep the extended
Sure.
task thing in front of myself. That'd be helpful. There we go. Oh, and just a clarity of rank here, Killick. You have Commodore's orders, so if you call a retreat, the Haida is supposed to respect that because you have Commodore's orders in hand. Because they don't want to lose 2 ships for the sake of a handful of people, much as they want to save people. But you have to think, the Commodore has to think of the ships as much as you think about your crew. So Fushi, you wanted to scan the planet like a nerd.
Yeah. Well, the like a nerd was optional. I could scan it like something else.
Scan
If
it
you
like a
like.
jock? Like a freak? Like
Yeah.
How do you scan like a jock? You lift weights?
You just kind of like assert
You're focused on
dominance
other
over the
things.
planetary scientific phenomena.
Yeah.
Captain, I am logging all over these aliens.
No!
Captain, look at the gains these aliens are getting.
That's the future of Star Trek right there. Get the Jim Bros in on this.
Oh my
I
god.
hate this. I hate
Captain, I am
this.
feeling most insecure looking at how buff these aliens are.
I mean, this is just Jack Ransom from Lower Decks.
Yeah, it is.
We're gonna make this a reason plus science task, difficulty of greater than 0. I lost the number. I looked right at it and said, "Yep, that makes sense," and then forgot what I was gonna do.
Well, I mean, as long as I roll greater than a 0.
So it's diff 0 is what you're telling me. Yep, the answer is that. Oh, and is sensors plus science. Reason science, difficulty 4, assisted by sensor science of the vessel. There's no increased difficulty to distance because you're right there. You can, if you wish, have the Haida ship assist you. Because it's presumed if you need help, the Haida's like, we're sitting in orbit with you. So if you need help, we can help out. But if you don't want their help because there's a chance of complication increase, you can say, we got it, Haida. Don't do anything more than you already have, all right? You've already caused enough of a problem.
No, I think we'll take their assist here.
So your assist actually a die, or we treat them as an advantage?
It's actually a die. You would use their sensor science to help you.
Yeah.
By extension, you could get one of their support characters to assist you, but that would eat one of your main people. Which, yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, collaboration science doesn't work on ships.
Your entire science department is being led by me. They are now better. What?
Yeah.
Yes, I know you only have 3 broom closets and a tricorder, but for some reason you act like you have your own
Your
science.
science is forward now. I said so.
If we're coordinating between 2 ships, can we use Sensors Command?
You could. That's a reasonable thing to.
Sensors Command. I don't think I have ever seen that
Yeah,
one before.
Yeah.
I think that might be a novel combination.
Yeah.
Sensors
It's
Command. Wow.
Wow, it's rare that we get that.
This
Weird.
almost is coming off sarcastic. Wow, good thought. It's really novel.
Well, we also have the veteran sensor operators.
Yep, that'll help.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
We've been playing some version of this game for so long.
Mhm.
8 years, people.
Don't worry, it didn't change much.
Okay, cool. Sensor operations focus.
Yes.
Cool. I will spend 2 momentum and a threat to roll 4 dice.
2 momentum and a threat. I almost took off the threat pool. Having slight flashbacks of Dreams and Machines. I'm okay. Everything's fine. I'm playing the good version of 2D20.
Yeah.
Do you wish for the Haida to assist you? You've hit the number so far, though.
I mean, we did declare we wanted them to assist us before we hit the number, so yeah, I'm fine for that. If they complicate, it's interesting.
I assume
Exactly to have.
we're supposed to do that.
Yes, because they're one of your ships. They're a support ship, if you will. It's a concept I've been trying to do more of for this series, but that'll probably be something that happens a lot more in the next series.
Okay.
Assuming I don't get canceled.
Sensors.
Got it.
Got it.
Oh, yeah.
Are there some controversial tweets in your back closet?
Yes. Mostly to do
Okay.
about how good, what certain music is good or not. But
Oh, those are the worst kind.
yeah, but it's the indie
Cancel
future
all
funk
offenses
community,
there. Yeah.
so you know the real music. So
No, it's too indie. I don't know it.
so you were scanning the planet of Yubrishi Cool. First off, you reconfirm what the Haida has already told you. So all the physical, primary physical metrics and atmospheric biosphere profile, all of that is still true. One thing that's different is that there is a significant amount of, and I can add this into the file now, editing. It has chronoton radiation, low density. But if it gets too high, that's really bad because wild shifts in temporal energy can cause dramatic biological shifts in aging or de-aging, as the case may be. So yeah, that's really bad for a planet. Great for a computer system, terrible for living things. And even now, computer systems in this era don't play with chronoton radiation because it's too. They don't have enough control over it to do it safely. That's not until isolinears become a thing. Sensor resolution is still very, very bad. You are able to confirm the presence of the various locals, the civilization of the cool people. There's the Starfolk who's or the presumed Starfolk, or at least Starfolk tech person who's there. There's the various locals who are there. There is. Wow, there's a thing I'm not gonna be using for a while. There is the at least one Breen life sign is there. That was part of the original delegation, but you do detect that there are others who are on the planet, elsewhere on the planet, but near the actual site. There's the one of the two envoys is still down there and okay. And of course, you detect the away team have symbols for that somewhere. And they set down 3 people. Command officer, 2 other extra people. They were the only numerous one down there. The planet is having a variety of wild geological problems that are like volcanoes going off, wild storm systems, seasons changing almost rapidly. Some parts of the iced over world suddenly melting over, other places getting even colder. It is this place is rapidly not being an M-class planet anymore. It is becoming rapidly unstable the longer and longer this goes on. Never mind the chronoton. That's not even the chronoton. If the chronoton radiation gets dense enough, it won't matter at that point. The planet will basically be a Class Y planet just by sheer chronoton distortion. At that point, everything's changing so rapidly that nothing really can stably live there. Or if it does, it's a very anomalous life form. There are energy signatures of Breen type installations. They're not terribly advanced. The kind of thing you'd see if you were establishing a very low grade ground based spaceport. Enough for shuttles to load up and unload and do basic repairs. In orbit, there looks like there's debris of a space station that was here that the Haida reported and seeing, but that got destroyed along with the Breen starship that was here as well. So whatever Breen are here in this system, they're all presumably on the planet, stranded either out in the field in the midst of terrifying storms, or they're stuck in their installation is just riding out the attack. It would look like hell down there right now. An icy, icy hell. You may ask further questions if you wish with momentum.
Did we get any sign of the Starfleet people?
Say again?
Did we get any sign of the Starfleet people?
Yes, you did. There are still life signs that correlate to the away team. They've, if anything, made themselves as easy as they could. Like, they're trying to stay clumped together. They're trying not to be near any other large energy signatures. But they're But the sensors keep giving you wild differences in kilometers. So you don't they're down there somewhere on a particular continent, but you don't know where precisely they are inside of a 100-kilometer radius. You just know they're there. Everything else is a lot more distorted because everything's spread out over the entire planet.
Actually, I didn't know you were going to get that information, so you got the information I was also expecting we needed. We were going to have Commander Atrum get.
That's just the Fushi touch.
Yeah.
I may give different answers to Atrum because Atrum will be doing a follow-up scan if you wish, but I'm still
sure. Yeah.
But is there anything else Fushi wants to ask with the moment before I get away from that role?
Yeah. Let me not step on you.
I don't think so. I think that was a pretty comprehensive answer.
Yeah.
Oh, one thing I should add as a trait. Now you know exactly how bad the trait is. Starfolk power disruption. I made it diff 4, so it is rating 3. So you basically have a complication down there, rating a negative trait rating 3 that represents how difficult it is to do anything sensor related or anything to do with the planet, like actually going down or transporting. Basically anything the away team has to do is basically increased by 3 because the world's just so dangerous, so chaotic that until the Starfolk person stops doing what they're doing, that's just going to sit there and make everything more difficult. So likely, I will say for free, it is unlikely your away team moved very far from the meeting site, because they would have had maybe a turn or two before they have to hunker down and hope to God they don't get killed. But Atrim, you may follow up with the roll if you wish, as the captain did ask you to do some scans.
Yeah, the captain did ask me to do my job, and
Reason plus. You don't have to do your job. You can do mutiny. We can deal with that.
I mean, I could just shoot the captain now, but listen, certain thoughts are thoughts that you can act on. Certain thoughts are impulsive thoughts you have to bury deep inside. All right, reason security, diff 4, sensors command. All right,
That's
reason security
plus security. Whoops.
Investigative techniques.
Yes.
Woo. Okay, let me remember what my character abilities do. Oh yeah, I did pick up Gauchus. Okay. All right, take a threat and 2 momentum.
Taking threat and taking 2 momentum. Ba 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 ba.
Uh-oh. All right. The Haida has to come in clutch here.
Or the benefit.
I got to re-roll from I got to re-roll from my cautious.
Veteran sensor operators.
Yep. So diff 3. That's not a real comp, thankfully.
Mm-hmm.
You hit it unless you want the Haida to help you.
Yeah, we can have the Haida because the Haida's complications can be washed with a momentum, so there's not really a downside.
Ooh, close. But you just hit the number. From a security standpoint, Atrim, there is... the installations themselves do have hardened hulls, so they do have a... they're ruggedly built, so they're meant to withstand the storms and the environment of the planet. So the installations across the planet are... brain, connecting dots and terms. They do have a resistance that is higher than their scale, which is pretty impressive for a building. That would have taken a lot of extra effort. They do have some basic defense systems, but they're not really meant for, like, surface to orbit fighting. It's meant for, like, beasts or raids or, like, ground level threats. They do have basic environmental shields, which, according to your scans, are basically obliterated. They basically they've been hit repeatedly. The only thing that's keeping those shelters stable is that they are made of durasteel and various other alloys that starships are made of. So their resistance is tanking a lot of that damage. If it gets any worse, then, or of course the planet comes apart at the seams, then it won't matter. But right now, those installations are fine. The local inhabitants, however, their buildings are being absolutely destroyed. Anything the Breen haven't already given them, like they've given them very basic, smaller installations, like they have like defensive. They used to apparently have defensive perimeters of like think these sprawling hut villages made of ice and hardened stone and stuff like that, and then they sometimes mix in durasteel from the Breen. But the only building that's like really secure is like some sort of central building, which may be Breen controlled, you're not sure, or it's controlled by the locals. Again, you're not sure. The Haida didn't know either. They didn't get that far. But those structures are still there, but it looks like they are rapidly degrading across the world because they're not as reinforced. They could probably survive this level of damage for maybe a few hours. After that, they'll cave. They just can't. It'd be like putting a shuttle on the shuttle on the surface that they took down is basically having the same problem. It just doesn't have the resistance to take that much persistent damage for so long. Security-wise, they don't have any what appear to be no anti-orbital emplacements. There's no planetary shield generator. The spaceport that they have is stable because it's so big. It's not reinforced like the other installations on the planet. It's as a high resistance because it's so big. There's just so much metal. There's just so much of it there. Think a massive super airport sort of idea, except a lot more. Compared to your time period, it's very basic. You know, you put an airport out in the middle of a field somewhere, in the middle of a savannah, and it's like it's an airport. It has a tower, it has a radio station, and all that. But you know, this isn't LAX. This isn't you know what I mean? It's not a massive, sprawling, modern installation. And even LAX isn't really. But anyway,
I mean, all you guys have done is build a fence and cut down all the grass.
smooth over the ice.
Oh yeah.
But that one's held together. It's not necessarily reinforced, but it is just big enough that it's withstanding it. Good luck landing or taking off from there. They do look like they have those little tractor beam things that catch small craft and help land them. But the automated system were designed for like kind of bad weather, not the storm of hell. Like the automated system would just fail under these conditions. It's not meant for this. It does have some. It looks like it has the capacity for anti-orbital systems, like would amount to some sort of energy cannon system. But given how unstable the atmosphere is, according to what Fushi reported, good luck getting a lock, because any shot you'd be doing would be at a diff +3. And likewise, back to them, you like even the airport you're seeing, the starport you're seeing, is somewhere within 100-kilometer zone. It's somewhere there. So it's good luck, and they'd have the same problem looking back up. You're somewhere there, maybe. And they don't look like they powered up their gun at all. They don't have shields up. They just have their their pre-built-in resistance for being a structure. Is there anything else security related that would jump out at you? Of the wildlife, as the Haida initially reported, the wildlife there, it can be kind of hostile, but it seems all the wildlife has gone to ground. It's either been killed outright by the storms, or it's found somewhere to hide.
Okay.
Life with any sense of self-preservation is not out in the open right now.
Okay. I shall report those findings to the captain.
If you wish to ask an extra question, you have one momentum on the table.
Okay. How close are the Breen and Starfleet encampments from each other?
I can answer that.
Are we talking, are they on separate continents? Are they days away, hours away?
They are on the same continent.
Okay.
If you were taking a shuttle ride, it would take you maybe an hour to fly from the meeting site area or near it to a nearby Breen installation. Same for one of the, which also seems to be somewhat equidistant to one of the settlements of the local indigenous people.
Okay.
So there, but by foot, that's hour. On a good day, that's most of the day gone. That's like an 8-hour walk without any sort of propulsion, like wheels or horse equivalent, what have you. Doing it by foot would take forever. Well, not forever. It would take a day. Like it's in this weather. That's a day of walking out in terrible conditions, and I mean day as in an Earth standard day, because their days are a lot shorter than yours. That planet spins pretty fast. I have to double check my notes.
It's gonna make me nauseous. I'm getting motion sickness.
I take that back. It's actually a little longer. For a full rotation, it takes 33.42 hours.
Okay.
So it's actually slower than I think it is. That's why I wrote this stuff down in advance. I wouldn't forget. So you got your reports, Cap.
Very good. Send a message to the Haida to focus their efforts on detecting incoming vessels. We will take care of the planetary problem.
I'll call that creating a trait with presence command difficulty 2, assisted by communications command. As you are the.
Might
Oh, go ahead.
better if I go ahead and detail the rest of the plan to maybe tie it all up in a plan of action.
You could
Unless
do that.
want,
Yep.
Like a separate plan for the Haida.
If you want to tie it up all in one, it just changes the difficulty.
Oh,
the difficulty
I
might climb
can.
up.
No, we have command ship. I can create a trait and then have it apply to them as well.
Yep.
So I don't need to do a separate thing for them. So, plan is they do their scanning things to watch out for enemies. We are going to put reserve power to shields and take in the Bonaventure because
Did we the Bonaventure?
Yes, as in the ship is going into the planetary atmosphere.
Oh, you said take in, and I was like, how are we going to put ourselves... Okay, I get you.
Because we have resistance 4. Our shuttles, I think, maybe have resistance 1, if that. And we're like, it's being described as like your only hope on the planet right now is a durasteel structure, and that's what a shuttle is. So shuttle is the minimum survivable thing right now. So probably don't want to try to save a handful of people using a handful of people in a maybe survivable box. So that's the overall plan of action. Is they're gonna keep an eye out. We're gonna take the whole Bonaventure in to solve the problem.
You know what? No, I'll keep that too. That's not a complicated plan. I don't see why I'd make that more difficult. That sounds like here's what I'm doing, here's what you should be doing. Got it. It's like they understand. If you do anything weird, it's like, well, they said they were going to do that. And they know what we're going to do. So we're both coordinated here. We both have our orders. I don't have a reason to pick on you with the ship tricks. I think we have already long established that your crew are nice and stable under stressful situations. I don't have a reason to pick on you for that. You have a veteran crew, tight knit medical team. Your ship's a beacon of hope. It's state of the art. Like if any ship could pull off this stunt safely, a mission in Atmo like this under such conditions, the crew is pretty confident the Bonaventure's the right ship, and it is wise the Haida didn't try to pull this maneuver off, because Haida's not meant for that sort of thing. It is a gunboat. That is all it's good. It's good for patrol, and that's about it.
It is 2 jobs, gun and boat.
Yeah. It's a pioneer. We fly over there.
And focus and inspiration, because like you said, it's not that complicated of a plan, but it is a plan that's basically, it might make the people in the Haida feel like, oh, well, now it's just us against the brain, and it might make the people feel on the Bonaventure like, oh, we're about to crash the ship because we're going on to an unstable planet. So it would be very easy to be cynical.
Easily. Yep, that's true. Give some people up. Make sure they know command knows what they're doing.
And I can always be assisted by the Bonaventure because it's a command ship.
Can we be assisted by me?
If you wish to.
Okay.
Or rather, if the assist is welcome, because that assist is can be refused by the main roller.
No, you can assist.
God, such a pushover.
My first officer wants to help me execute my orders. Why doesn't she fucking leave me alone? All right. Presence, command, a focus in team dynamics.
Yes.
I'm of no help.
Okay, I'm gonna have to bend a little because we really are going to want a plan of action, and it's not coming together at the moment.
The Hyde is very leery of this plan. It's like, I don't know if you did that. I don't know if we like that plan too much. I mean, we'll do orders, but it's like, yeah, I have to sell you on the plan so you guys don't get skittish when we lose contact. Because you know that's gonna happen. That's just inevitability of the plan. But yeah, Cap, how you digging your way out of this mess? Oops, there we go. I fixed it.
Probably determination. Let's see.
Have a reason to pick on you for your values? I don't think so. No, there's no reason for me to pick on you. Anything in the mission directives I can pick on you with? I don't think so. You're doing everything you're supposed to do.
I'll spend it towards Directive 1.
Standing or current?
Current.
Aid in the rescue of the away team of the USS Haida. I agree. I agree. Nice. So do you want the comp to go into the trouble, or do you want to give me 2 threat?
You can put it in the track.
Put it to the
You
track?
can put it in the track.
Okay. So trouble track goes from 0 to 1 of 25. Tick. As you spend a fair amount of time thinking out how exactly you want to get out this information, and your command department's kind of floundering a little bit to make sure it gets in the exact paperwork that's required for such a mission, and recording it, make sure the right data tapes are done, yada yada. So it slows you down a little bit, but you are able, at the end of it all, at the end of that good rainbow, to establish inspirational coordination.
Or we get a momentum because I'm a human who's bit to determination.
This is a good old-fashioned one, just a regular one. No bonus, no rolling a challenge die to see.
But if I had an XO who liked me, they might do something.
I don't think they can.
We have the momentum for it. We need 3 momentum.
Oh, for some reason I thought we determined you could use threat, but I may be wrong.
It has to be immediate.
Let me double check. Yeah, it does say immediate.
You could do threat, yeah. Give me 3 threats if
All
you
right.
wanted. But do you? I mean,
Sure.
okay. Have your determination back, Cap.
All right.
Just gonna refresh my page because I have a weird glitch going on. Whoop. Don't worry, folks, just refreshing. Just refreshing. Everything's fine. We're okay. You're okay. And we're back. Whoop, whoop. You make your inspiring speech. You make sure the Bonaventure and Haida are on the same page. What's your next move, Bonaventure? Reenact the ending of Star Trek Generations.
Envisioning ourselves as a Victorian family celebrating Christmas.
Sure, why not?
Sure.
Except with more baguettes and beret. Because he's French, not British, but anyway. I'm okay. I'm fine. Modern Trekkies will
I
look
know.
awesome.
I was just making sure that there wasn't anything like preventative you could use reserve power on. But no, the thing you could do with reserve power related to shields is really it's reactive. It's not proactive.
Yee. You just give it a standing order of, hey, once we get a new scene and we get our power back, how about we not spend it on anything other than helping with the shields? Let's prioritize that.
Oh, that's a good thing. We should see if we still have it.
What's that?
For going to warp. We have improved warp drive.
Yeah, you might still have your reserve power after warping through. That's true.
We do.
Hey, there you go.
All right. The captain will say standby reserve power. Lieutenant Deca, find us a course down over the general location of the Starfleet personnel.
Yes, Captain. And I will do that.
All right. So,
Because plotting a course into a planetary atmosphere is actually, I think, a new one for Deca.
reasons.
In a starship, at least. I mean, you've flown shuttles and stuff before, but
this is a whole other set of maths.
Reason science, difficulty 5, assisted by sensors science, to plot a course into the planet. Atmosphere.
Oh, and because it's not a stellar navigation roll.
Nope.
Uh-huh.
It's atmospheric.
Clever.
Clever
Well,
girl. Gets jumped.
Clever girl. Yeah. Well, good news is controls science is only one worse than reason science is only one worse than my reason con. So that's fine. I still have a bunch of stuff that's gonna help with this. Intuitive Navigator, drop the difficulty by 2. Keen Navigator trait. What do we have for momentum? Do we have any?
A singular.
you have one.
I will spend. I think. Three. Oh, you're increasing my comp. Cool.
I'll note the complication does not seem to be coming from the Starfolk power disruption. That's that's just making this difficult. Something else is making it seems to be scattering your as you're doing like quick sensor sweeps navigationally to go, okay, let's verify. Whoa, why am I getting a weird return? It's like something's actively trying to interfere with your
Gotcha.
But it's adding a complication. Your computer system is advanced enough that it can account for it, but you're now having to account for something.
Cool. Well, my first D20 is free. I guess I'm just gonna leave that momentum on the board. Just trying to make sure if there's anything else I'm missing. I don't think I am. The only thing of note is when I don't know, would you consider this attempt or assisting in a task to maneuver a starship through difficult or dangerous terrain? Because we're not
100%.
doing it yet. We're just.
Oh yeah, you're plotting.
Yes.
You're right. Oh wait, no. Read. I have to look at your thing again. You may have said a keyword.
Yeah, when you attempt a science task related to astrophysics or navigation, blah, blah, blah. When you attempt or assist a task to maneuver a starship through difficult or dangerous terrain.
Well, is there going to be a separate roll to... Because the last roll kind of combined both the plotting of the warp jump and the warp jump itself. We didn't make a second roll.
You did.
Is this kind of...
You did a plot and then a warp roll. There was 2 rolls.
Did we? I thought we
Yeah.
just skipped the second one.
No, I told because
No,
that's how you got some
yeah.
momentum. Because basically, it turned into a diff 0 roll at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah.
So same thing.
So-
You would need there is a difficult terrain. You need once you actually try to jump through or travel through, you need at least 3 momentum or immediate or normal to travel through. Never mind the difficulty of actually flying through it.
Okay. Just worth noting, because when we do actually attempt to do it, I have the ability to spend a momentum to ignore complications. So actually, it's probably a good idea to save up momentum where I can. Okay.
Attempt to
I'm
test
gonna
maneuver. Yeah, you're not
save-
maneuvering yet. You're just course
Yeah.
plotting. You're just doing computers.
Yeah.
You're just doing modeling.
Helm operations focus on the
Fortunately, you're in
on
the era.
the-
You're in the era of the navigation console is its own thing. You don't have a combined.
okay.
You don't have a combined con. That's not a thing yet.
Got it. Okay. Hazardous environments focus.
Yes, that's easy.
Thank you. Thank you. I've been finding that if it's not helm operations or stellar cartography, I can usually pitch hazardous environment. Okay. I'm gonna roll 3 dice with a comp range of 3. And the ship gives me a reroll, right, Captain?
I would say so, but it would be good to confirm with the GM.
At
Because it
navigation
says-
attempts, yeah,
Okay.
the second
Good
part
to
of
know.
that saves you. If it was just stellar cartography stuff only, I would pick on you. But it is a navigation aid room. Hello, cars.
And the ship. Somebody. That was a good roll.
Thought I was
That
muted
really
for
good.
that.
That was a really good roll.
Come on, Chip. Give me some money. Give me some time. Give me some problems. Darn it.
No, that was Censor's Con.
9 probably still lands, I think.
It's the same roll.
There you go.
Yeah, literally the die rolled a 9, which is the censor's score.
Yeah.
So even with a score of 0, it would still work.
So that's actually potency 2. Landing vectors. Has
And then because of is it power of math or not navigator? Visit every star. When I succeed at a navigation related task, I gain a bonus momentum, and I'm gonna roll the dice on my untapped potential. You get a threat.
Thank you.
I think I might want to spend that bonus and 1 more momentum in order to make a trait relating to the actual attempting of the task itself.
You could theoretically increase your landing vectors course that you just created.
Yeah.
So 1 and 1. Well, 2 essentially.
Yeah.
Boop. So that increased it to 3. Not only have you
Yep.
used the advanced software and hardware of your vessel, you have a keen knowledge of various case studies and just general good sense of, okay, you're doing the math, you already have a plan what you're gonna do. This is how I'm gonna do it. If this comes up, I'll do this. If that happens, I'll do this. And if this happens, I'll ask this person to do that. Like you're already you're steps ahead of whatever is gonna come at you, theoretically.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, Captain, the fluid dynamics, given the temporal nature of the problem, is certainly complex, but I believe I've put together enough contingencies that this should work. Captain?
All right. Take us in.
Okay.
right, here it comes. I call this Daring Con.
Ugh.
Difficulty of... Normally it'd be difficulty 4 currently. Assisted by engines plus con. The actual complication is increased due to the bad weather, so that is comp 4. And obstacle cost is 3.
Okay, and we're not in a new scene, so
Not yet. Not until you descend.
Okay, so then I have to be the one to roll this. Because we can't pull in we can't pull in our actual
Navigator.
or not opposite of navigate, helmsman. I'm the navigator.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the navigator, not the helmsman.
I'm the navigator. Points with has a little arrow put on their box.
Yep. Okay. I mean, I can still do Daring Con. Just not great. Oh boy. Ugh. Helm operations focus.
Yes.
Okay. I attempt a task which requires. Would you say that this is a task that requires precise calculations?
Holy heck, yes.
Great. Power of math. My first die is 3. Do we have 2 momentum on the board?
Yeah, you have 3.
Cool. I'm buying a 4th die with 2 momentum because my first die purchase was free. And then just making sure I'm not missing anything else. That's succeeding at a navigation task. Navigator. Okay, cool. And that leaves me with a momentum with which to that leaves me with a momentum with which I can quash a complication if I need to. Okay, here we go.
Good golly.
Oh, the solid. This is what Decada. And that wasn't even a super good like stat roll.
Oh, it's on the foreground. That's there.
Yeah.
Oh no, the Estonians are attacking.
Would Keen Navigator trait have come into play on that?
No.
Okay, fair enough. Cool. That is 5 hits on a difficulty 4 check.
Plus the ship, because you at least need the comp check,
Oh.
because the ship has to help you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, but comp range is 4.
I thought the difficulty increase was 4.
Diff 4, engines con, comp 4, obstacle 3.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Hang on. I might be able to do some stuff to claw with this. Hang on. First, haha, I generate a bonus momentum, which I immediately used. I can spend a momentum to ignore a complication suffered.
Oh, you also hold on. Is that a bonus momentum?
It is.
Okay. The ship. You also get a bonus momentum because you were assisted by the ship's engines, and we have peak performance engines.
But yeah, because of my navigator ability, I am able to ignore that complication by spending one of my bonus momentum.
Come with me. Come with me. There you go.
And you'll be
I was thinking the exact same thing.
We've been playing this game together too long, everybody.
Anything to do with the extra, with this one? With the extra bit?
Well, we need to spend momentum in order to get down into the cloud layer, right?
You need 3, yes.
So I will spend that 1, and then I think we have 2 momentum remaining.
You have 3. There was 3 on the table, so you can. Oh, you spent some to get extra dice. You're right. The math works. You're right. I mixed myself up.
Although, yeah, because I got 5 hits plus 2 bonus momentum. I had to spend 1 to
1, 2, 3,
quash the
4,
complication.
5. This is why it helps that you could, if you could ever see the momentum and threat I actually hold on the table, so you actually know what's going on over there.
Yeah, right.
1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
4, 5.
right.
I don't know how you've done that to yourself.
See, I also have it happen now.
I don't know.
It somehow infected my desktop. It doesn't. I'm on my laptop right now, and it's fine.
So the math works out that you would normally have 1, but you're changing scenes as you descend, so that gets yeeted away anyway.
Yeah, okay. Well, we pulled it off.
You have descended into the upper layer of the planet above where the away team is huddled. This scale is on planetary travel scale. This isn't like combat scale. So you went from space scale to planet scale to give you an idea of how much you've zoomed in here. So you're currently descending through a thick band of Thoron radiation that is making it really hard to see anything up here. Good thing they don't have. If this planet actually had like space traffic, this would be intensely dangerous. You have no idea who's up here, who's not.
Well, also all of those things would have fallen out of the sky and been obliterated a couple of hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of, good thing your shields are up. As you
Captain?
suddenly get inundated by debris of satellites.
Captain, numerous navigational hazard readings. We have pierced a small satellite cloud layer. Shields are holding. We have entered the upper atmosphere. Deflectors are reading that the shields are resisting high levels of what was it? Thoron radiation. Thoron?
I am doing math in a different thing. Look in the handout.
Oh, sorry.
3, 4, 5, 6. Click, click. Boop. Boop. What? No. Freehand.
What?
Just so I don't forget that. That is indeed thorion radiation. I'm gonna double check my own notes.
Thorion.
Thoron radiation. Sorry, thoron. High density thoron radiation.
Oh. I was right the first time.
And then your ship gets inundated with 6 impact worth of damage. So your resistance eats some of that, and then the rest it goes
4 of it.
4 of it. So you take 2 to your shields. There were some hidden satellites that were in the upper atmosphere, and you just all of a sudden these little bits of things whipping around the planet just rain into the side of the ship. But they get obliterated by the shields.
And I feel vindicated because we would have just lost the shuttlecraft.
Yep. Shields are in fact holding, Captain.
All right, continue with the descent.
Hi, Captain.
Commander Atrum, assemble an away team and work with the chief engineer on a possible beam down.
Sure. And she walks into the escalator, the turbo lift.
We don't do turbolifts here. We do space escalators.
Oh my
It
god.
may
that'd
be,
be really-
maybe the worst combination because it is neither space nor speed efficient, which are the
Yeah,
two
but it
things, the two concerns.
But they're so efficient at moving people.
And in an emergency, they work as regular stairs.
Yeah.
This is true. I don't know how you would build like a vacuum sealed escalator though. The benefit of a turbo lift
Put
is
it in
it
a
presumably seals. Oh my god. Okay, well what if we made that tube now, hear me out, completely vertical, and then you got on a little platform and it took you up and down.
That sounds pretty complicated.
Well, I don't know if that's so
That's
much escalating anymore. There might be more of an elevating experience.
Or
This
de-escalating.
conversation is certainly escalating.
It's like one of those YouTube videos where someone like circles around to reinventing trains.
Oh god. So on the
Silicon
basis
Valley reinventing buses every 5 years.
What if we dug a
all
tunnel underneath?
that,
Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm not taking it personally. I promise. You are looking at to continue descending. Control con difficulty of 3 because the weather sucks. And this
Cool.
just helps with engines con. And the complication range is increased by 3, so it goes up to 4. And your obstacle cost is now only 2. Because you've gotten past the big scary part, but now you're trying to descend into just good old-fashioned weather from hell problem.
Right. And we have no momentum.
Nope. You start a new scene with no momentum.
Gnarly. Okay. Helm operations focus. Is precise calculations still matter here?
I wouldn't think so. Not this scale, no. I wouldn't say so.
Okay, so I don't even get a free die out of this. Ugh. Okay.
We are in a new scene, which means if you wanted to switch to Laketh, you could.
Oh, that's true. That is very true. Just means I wouldn't have Deca. But Laketh is, I think, probably the better for this. Okay, cool. Awesome. Oh yeah. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull out Ensign Laketh.
Right out of the drawer.
Who? Yeah, right
I've
out
been
of the
here for
drawer.
hours.
He rolls up conveniently.
Yep. I am. So when I attempt a task using daring or fitness, the first D20 I purchase is free.
Too bad it's control.
Oh, it is.
Though it should be daring.
Gross.
You do have a point. This should be daring because this is a dare. This is not your normal precise NASA style landing. It's a oh god. Most flight people say don't fly here. Bad weather. Well, we're flying into bad weather on purpose.
Yep. And then I will give you 2 threat for a 4th die, which procs my bold con.
Roger.
Helm operations.
Yeah, so you get Helm operations to deal with the jukebox that Discord keeps making
That is-
fun of me
yeah.
for. Fine.
It's a good design. It just also looks like a jukebox.
Gets you 1 so far. Plus the terrible, terrible ship. The life-destroying ship. Like makes
That,
Whose life?
None of these reference anything I'm aware of. Were you asking for something?
Engines con.
Okay.
Got ping Y. Nothing important.
Oh, yes. Thank you, ship.
There's 2 more. Very nice.
Ship rolls.
All right.
Ship rolls, the better you insulted it.
Uh,
Kind of a disturbing thing.
Yeah. Additionally,
Let's not unpack that one.
additionally, because of divergent physiology, whenever I succeed at one of those daring or fitness tasks, I gain a bonus momentum.
The obstacle cost is 2.
So spend the bonus and 1.
Boop, boop. You descend out of the upper atmosphere into the lower, such as it is, atmosphere. And at this point, you break through the intense. The sensors basically saw a lot of, not a whole lot up there, and you had to do a lot of predictive guessing and model work because you were basically flying blind for a good while until you descended past. You're now getting You're actually getting to the part where you're actually descending into clouds and trying to descend further and further, and then there's just wind whipping all over the place. There is ice that is pelting into the shields and instantly melting. There are thunder snaps that will go off and and light up the entire bubble around your ship, but you're a modern starship. This is the least of the things it can deal with. I'd be saying you're taking damage, but the damage you're taking is so low to your relative to your resistance, you don't care. If you were a shuttle, you'd care a lot about this layer. But you're at a point where you can actually see, your sensors can actually scan below, because this is the Thoron layer. Now you're in the regular air layer, because there's this weird, almost perfect line or semisphere that you follow through that it's radiation, and then boop. There is chronotron radiation flares that come and go, but it's not nearly as pervasive as it is on, because this upper layer, it already was radiated before the disaster. The chronotron radiation is just starting to be a thing now. So you can actually sense the ground, you can sense the sky, you can sense where the Thoron thing is. Good luck sensing anything past that layer, so what the hide is doing, you have no idea. And any communication with them would have to be a roll, same for them to you, so if something bad does happen, they can't call you right away. They actually have to do a roll to try to call you. That said, we snap over to Atrum, who is aboard the ship, so we'll snap over there. Atrum was up here, goes into turbolift, comes down turbolift, goes over to transporter room. Alright, who are you assembling, Commander?
Oh, what? I'm not joking. The second you spun it to me, my Roll20 started freaking out, and I'm refreshing the page. It's like it knew. It's like it knew, and then it froze. Okay, we are back. First of all, first things first. I have my security officer ability. I would like to summon a security team. And I would like to bring Bryn in, and I would like Bryn's honest engineering assessment of how likely transports are from our current location to the location. Because if we can transport, that makes our job a lot easier, but if we can't, we have other ways of getting down and up. Does someone want to play Bryn?
I've already played somebody this scene, so...
I could, but I assumed that you'd also be taking Alithia down with you in case there's casualties.
That sounds like a good idea, so I will also summon Alithia. Captain, do you want to handle Bryn?
He's always hated the engineer character. It's his least favorite. He's dead weight on the ship.
Yeah.
Engineering's too blue-collar a field for someone as aristocratic as the captain.
Oh boy.
No, the captain's going down. That's why he doesn't want to play Bryn.
Well, we might not have anyone to control the ship if I do.
I wasn't asking. I haven't asked Bryn to come down. I was asking Bryn to make an engineering assessment about the ability for transports.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, if he roll, that's
the problem. If he rolls, he's activated.
Roll.
Okay, well, I have an engineering of 3. Can I try to make my own inaccurate engineering assessment?
I mean, if at that point I can make one. I have an engineering of 4.
Okay. Why didn't you volunteer? Olivia, get over here.
Well, I thought you wanted an engineer, not just one with an engineering score.
We're
Well,
so
I
back,
thought
everyone.
I wanted that too.
We're
We're-
so back.
We're so back, everyone.
We never even left.
Let's be honest. Our hearts
Yeah.
have always been here. Our faith of the hearts have always been here.
Oh, so true. Oh. Okay. Insight focus.
I think so true is to Gen Zers what here was to people in the 1700s.
There's a reach across.
I think
time.
you're right.
I'm gonna say no to your insight focus. I think that's more interpersonal related rather than.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Well, then I'll give myself transporters and replicators.
Because you've lived a long time.
Yeah. They're new, though. I picked this up recently.
Well,
But, like, recently as in, like,
the last 100
70 years ago, maybe? Yeah.
I have no reason to pick on you, so carry on.
All right. None of my traits help. Inexhaustible patience might hurt if this is time sensitive.
Oh, that is a reason to pick on you, actually. Yep, that will increase. I will say this increases the comp. Wait, no. That's
Yep.
no, because the complication is you're taking too long thinking about it. Yep, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I will spend one of our momentum for a third die.
From 2 to 1.
Awesome.
For a second. Oh no!
What? Oh, okay. I get one reroll from esoteric experience. No. From Live Nearly Forever? Yeah, one of those. One of my things gives me it. I don't remember which one. One of those.
There you go.
Okay. Okay. And I rerolled the comp.
Well, you had 2 comps, unfortunately. So.
Oh, do I? Yeah, you're right. I do. I forgot to mark up the comp range.
Forgot, air quotes. Is that going into the trouble track, or are you getting some threat?
Open threat versus trouble track at. Currently it looks empty.
It's 1 of 25 currently.
1 of 25.
You have to scroll
Sure,
down.
put that towards trouble track.
Okay. I always have something to put in with. I always have something to do with the complication. Time presses on as you do take a little too long thinking about, to the point that probably the security team and Atrium are getting a little antsy. There's this moment of they're about to ask, "Is this going to take any longer?" And then you chime in with your information. Because people already know Alithia kind of takes her time to think things through, and it's like, this took a little longer than normal for Alithia because this is very cutting edge transporter theory applied to a novel situation. So it's like, let me think for a second. How does that go again? Oh wait, we use the new transporters now, so what do you have to do about that? And, right, that's what we can do.
You don't have to flip between the settings for living and non-living material anymore. They just have different routines to parse that during the scan, I think.
They have dedicated pads now. They have biopads, and then they have the less biopads, the cargo pad, which used to be the only pad you could use.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how good is this? Roll the dice, hope for the best.
In the NX era, they were the same pad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you just had to hope that your molecules didn't get scrambled a little bit. The rate of scrambling your molecules very low. You just have to hope it wasn't any of the important ones.
You're fine as long as you're not the person who invented the thing. Or his son.
So, base difficulty of a teleportation for any beam is 0. Increased difficulty for from a pad to another site is 1. You're not doing this remotely, you're doing it from the room, theoretically. Actually, no, if you don't have a transport person activated, then you're doing it to yourself. So it turns to 2, likely. And then because of the Star Folks interference, they add 3, so it's a total to account for all possible situations. You're looking at difficulty 5, comp. She adds 3 normally, but because I'm gonna knock it down from 4 to 3 because you actually bothered to do the math ahead of time. Or the fact that you even sat there to think about it goes, you're trying already to adjust from that fact. You already know she's an issue. She might do nothing, but you need to account for the fact that if she does do something, she doesn't kill you all while you're transporting.
I'll come down to the transporter room to make sure the team's in order and to help out.
It's a manageable. Well, strictly speaking, Commander, it is within regulations as a permissible beam, and it doesn't break spec. However, it will require a lot of direct management of the annular confinement beams. So
I'll add on as well.
You'll need someone on the console at all times.
I'll add on that the difficulty would have been 6+ if you hadn't descended, because the Thoron radiation layer would have been its own problem, and then that would have just made it impossible to beam through. That's what the Hyde has been running into this whole time. Beaming through is just not safe with the Thoron radiation and the problem at the same time. Descending past the Thoron layer, it's possible to beam through it.
Yeah. So with problems to maintaining an annular confinement beam and with acquiring a reliable lock, without a transporter chief on staff, I'd be cautious about beaming, Commander.
Because with someone at the controls, it drops to 4.
Yeah.
At this point, I see no reason. We've explored this option. I see no reason not to be deploying shuttlecraft. And she kind of looks to you to overrule her, Don.
I'm checking the sensor data, see if a shuttle can withhold or withstand atmospheric conditions now that we're this far down.
Insight plus con or engineering difficulty of I'd say 1. It's not automatic, but you'd have to. You know what shuttles are made of. There's already been in-depth scans of the atmosphere. Now it's just a matter of doing some quick math in your head, going, can you do that?
Mm-hmm. I don't have a focus, and I want to save one of my uses of Live Nearly Forever. So no focus at the moment. However, is it worth spending resources here?
Yes.
No.
If you can afford it, we need a momentum on the table after you're done. We need 2 on the table after you're done.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to spend 2 threat to swap this from a con task to a medicine task with the focus in medical technology, because in my long experience, I have had to test the atmospheric viability of unshielded medical technology flying through hurricane-level wind forces.
Fair
and
enough.
that's transferable.
It's one of those rare. You have a very specific case study. You're able to think back and go, well, let's imagine for a second this is a medical test, and I had to give the green light on whether or not we do an ambulatory evacuation procedure. Given that parameter, does this work?
I don't know about a space shuttle, But if we think of this as a perfectly spherical tile bed without air resistance,
Yeah.
Because if it doesn't work then it's not going to work with anything, really. Like, and we die in that scenario. Isn't that best case scenario you just gave me? Yeah, we shouldn't do it.
Yeah. It's best case. Don't believe me. You don't want to hear worst case.
All
right.
That is...
That's a success.
Yes. So you have... you gained no momentum from that, but no threat.
I'll re-roll that 16 since I have a focus now on it.
Huh? Can you re-roll?
Because of being of many talents. Character, when I attempt a task that has where I possess one or more focuses that apply, I may re-roll a d20.
Oh, heck me. Heck me then.
That's how I get my re-rolls.
That okay. So you cheated. No, you had an ability that was very useful.
That's what cheating is.
So I was gonna say something mean-spirited. So you do some quick thinking, and so right now you're looking at because you're landing a shuttle, flying a shuttle down just to move from the layer in to the surface. That's an obstacle cost of 1. You know that much just because the weather's just it. You have a spacecraft that can go to the moon and back inside of an hour on Earth. Like, it is super fast, super nimble.
Yeah.
It's better than any aircraft 21st or 20th century ever possessed. But the weather is bad enough even a shuttle struggles at this altitude, and it even though it thins out in comparison, like the weather, if anything, it gets worse the further down you get. You're going from thin atmosphere to thick to proper atmosphere, and then the weather really wants to kick your ass. And it's like, okay, this is fun to land in, awesome. So obstacle difficulty wise, landing a shuttle, I believe, is base 2. I'm gonna make sure I'm not lying to us both. Landing. That's not what I'm looking for. Thank you anyway, book. I'm not looking for landing the entire ship. I'm looking for landing a shuttle. If I don't find it quickly, I'll just go with what's on the top of my head. There's no sense taking too long. Yep. So I would call it diff 2 because it's difficult. Because you're not normally it's no check at all because you'd have a tractor beam catch you at the landing area and pull you the rest of the way. You actually have to manually flatten the ship, make sure you land flat, make sure you don't bump or go too fast or whatever. Sometimes you may even want to come down at an angle of attack, as it were. You want to have a glide slope of some kind, which is weird for shuttles. Shuttles don't like doing that. They're not made to do that. They're made to go up down ideally. But when the weather's knocking you around, you kind of point your nose in the direction you want to land, sort of thing. You do use engines con. However, because you have to adjust for the Lady of Doom over there, who increases everything by 3, that jumps to a difficulty of 5. Now, here's the other issue with the shuttle. The shuttle, if all you're dealing with is just the storms, so then the shuttle's own natural resistance and shields will save you from generic problems. If anything, if any huge chunk of ice gets picked up in the wind and hurled at God speeds and hits you, the shuttle might almost like if a certain amount of threat is in the air. It's entirely possible you might get beamed by a bit of debris or ice, and the shuttle could take a breach.
Right.
Because to give you an idea, the minimum you probably starting at is me just spending 2 threat would be enough to hit you for 3 impact.
Got it. I can't say I'd advise flying a shuttle in these conditions then, Commander. It's going to be just as dangerous to the occupants of that shuttle, and they'll be exposed to more potential random environmental dangers than the duration of a beam would. So I would still recommend beaming over shuttlecraft at this juncture.
Okay. Would you be willing to volunteer for the away team?
Of course.
She smiles. All right. So it's going to be myself, you, GM. I would like to bring a security team along.
Yep.
PA. What else? Who else do people think they need? If this is where the episode is going, do Killick and Dekka need characters?
If at least one of you are at the ship, you're within comms range of the ship, so the ship, whoever's on the ship can do rolls from high altitude and help out with stuff.
Right.
I will say, if you want to kind of hedge your bets, you could send down another detail, because right now, in the next scene, you could have someone from the security detail step away and be, I'm a support character. If you want something other than security, then you need to bring down a detail of that department to excuse why someone in that team is like, oh, actually, a support character so-and-so was here the whole time.
Yeah.
I've been here the whole time.
Maybe we bring this. Okay, this is going to sound slightly weird. Maybe we bring a con team.
But we're not. That would make sense if we were flying in and out, but we're not.
Con helps with other kinds of navigation too.
That's true.
Yep.
And we're going to be down there looking for people and trying to, figure out what's going on. So having scouts essentially could be good.
Okay. Yeah. Let's do it.
And I think between the two of us, we have science command, medicine, and engineering covered. Not science, security. We don't have science covered, and we don't have con covered.
Yeah, well, science I'm not... Okay, science I'm a little worried about. Do we want to bring Fushi?
Well, I will say, Dekka does have a decent science score.
And a good con.
Yeah?
Bring the box!
Yeah, but someone has to carry the box.
Yeah, that's fine. We have a security squad. They can do that. Or I can do that.
Okay, then yeah, we can bring Dekka.
Pull Dekka down here, zoom out so I can grab the box. Hi, box. On the circle you go.
Look, I don't get to go on away team missions too often.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
No,
you did this to yourself. Don't give us that.
No, that was in character.
It was, I imagine, yeah. Any other teams you're bringing along? Because you did say a con team. I believe that only costs you one opportunity. It costs...
I don't think we need a con team if we're bringing Dekka.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Dekka is the con team.
True.
I
know it's in here somewhere and I can't find it quickly.
Lieutenant GPS, tell us where to go.
Beep in higher frequencies the closer we get. Play hot and cold with us.
Could you give us directions in the form of a fantastical riddle?
So yes, any other person?
Well, I do have a poetry focus,
Yes.
so
Yes.
probably...
So yes.
Equipment. Do we need environmental suits to be down there?
You will not have to spend for that. You would need that because of for the high gravity alone, you'd want it, and for the atmosphere, given the storms, they are more than enough required.
Okay.
I would like to bring down pattern enhancers.
That was going to be my next slot. Do those even exist at this point in the timeline?
Yep, they do. They're not as used they're not used much on screen, but it's basically big blinking lights that scream out, I'm a point of reference. Something in the middle is what you're supposed to beam. It's narrowing where you have to search.
Okay, and you have your medical equipment.
Is there radiation on the surface, or is that just in the atmosphere?
Chronoton radiation in bursts.
Okay, bursts of chronoton radiation. I don't believe there's any medications that help with chronoton radiation.
If there is, it'd be in the medical book, but nothing jumps to mind.
I don't know. I don't know. I have heard that time heals all wounds.
Nah.
So true.
Boo.
Except for all the many wounds it doesn't. GM. I would like to grab a phaser type 3 and phaser type 3s for the security team. That would be reduce the opportunity. So that would be opportunity 0, escalation 2.
Op 0, esc 2.
Because I can drop the cost of weapons by opportunity 1, so it goes from 1 to 0.
And you only pay escalation once, I believe.
Yep.
Opportunity multiple times. Yep.
So, Alithia, if you wanted a phaser type 3, it's literally free.
It's literally free, but also no. I'm good,
Yeah,
thanks.
I figured. All right. Beam us down.
Another doctor, I might, but like, Ilithia is as close to being a pacifist as she can be, while being like, yeah, I am still a Starfleet officer.
So true.
So, Captain, you arrived just in time to see them getting ready, armed up and ready to beam down.
Yeah, I'll go. As a bit of morale based, I'll go and look at spacesuits, check seals, check energy packs, things like that.
I'll actually throw you an Insight Command Diff 0 as you're aiding in the away team prep, which that helps out. That makes the away team be extra sure they didn't forget anything. Which, given where you're going, that's probably a good idea.
Yup. Uh-huh.
Starfleet protocol.
Yes. Talk on the clock. We're good.
That's 2 successes.
Very good. You generate 2 momentum as you go over the crew and check over their gear, check their seals, make sure they have their tricorders, the communicators, the phasers. They have extra batteries for the phasers. Med kit. Yeah. It's a med kit. It's a fresh med kit. It's not one that the doctor had to haul around all day. It's like, no, you get a fresh, brand new one when you go on an away mission, just in case. Deca is the little box. Doesn't require a Evo suit. The box is the Evo suit, and in a pinch, Deca could just leave the box. Not sure how much Deca wants to do that at any time, even if he was by himself, if they were by themselves, because there's other problems other than the weather. Anything to point out to you? No, but floor is yours, folks.
The captain will go over to an equipment locker and come back with a knife and go to slot it in the, I assume kind of like a diving suit or something. Environmental suit might have a sheath, because you never know when you're on a space what kind of equipment you'll need. As the captain says, you're going to have to deal with someone who can manipulate energy.
Opportunity reduced to 0 because a security officer probably can point out which locker.
Mm-hmm.
You already saw the special locker.
This is not like a box that I'm going to get. Everybody needs one of this. It's just like an atrium. You might have to deal with someone who can manipulate energy. I'm not giving you permission to go opening people up with knives, but here's a knife.
Person steps out of your way, Captain, to let you take command, and then to take command of the console.
Yeah, Atrium doesn't really say anything, but she nods and says, I believe we are ready.
Lithia kind of looks down at the floor and goes, these things always remind me of disco floors.
What's disco?
Don't worry, it's dead.
I didn't say it.
The captain says, not something to worry about right now, Commander. You just focus on staying alive.
Ha ha ha.
Alithia glares at the captain as she
Solid.
transported.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the roll changes a little bit because it came down a little in difficulty. I think a little bit because that's why I came down here, because there was a whole difficulty because you didn't have a person doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Goes from 5 to 4,
So
basically.
it'd be 4.
Yeah.
Can I invoke plan of action? Because this has been a part of my plan.
Yep.
To come down here and deploy.
Comp or a diff?
Diff. I am going to star-cross it.
It's like those dramatic moments you see in the show where the captain asks some support character to step out of the way, and suddenly we learn that some captain or commander knows how to do this stuff. It's like, I did a stint as a transport chief.
Captain has an engineering of 3, enough for stuff like this. I mean, he's not gonna try to like, manage a warp core overhaul, or anything.
Like he'd be used at diff 3 at skill 3. He wouldn't be useless. That's most officers, honestly. Is 3. That's your average person. Average officer not person. Average person is 0 to 1. Why would I ever need that level of engineering skill?
Oh, I'm not gonna use Starcross because I don't have a focus.
Oh, there you go. Well, devils from 1 to 2, right? So.
No, it does say that one of their focus applies to.
Oh, ha! That's funny. I like that. That's meaner than I do it, but oh well.
I'm gonna spend 3 momentum.
Roger. 1 and 2 and 3. Bop, bop, bop. That generates 1 so far. Plus the ship.
The ship is a loyal ship that's not going to comp. And to not comp, it's going to use Federation Council ship citation. Once permission, when assisting a character, that character may choose to have the ship's die count as rolling a 1.
Very good. Generates 2 more momentum.
Our ship has a medal?
Yeah, I spent for this a while ago, and it's been kind of helpful. It's basically like, instead of, I don't know, I spent 4 or 5 rep on it. I don't remember how much.
It's cool. I like it.
But yeah, I was thinking, kind of like the U.S. has like unit citations and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's 6.
Very good. There's another song I'm thinking of using. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. That's okay. That's okay. You beam them down.
And then, yeah, I'll be on the bridge because that way I can be the person who assists.
And I'm going to take a short break and refill my drink, stretch my legs a bit, and then we will continue on the planet's surface. Won't be very long.
Yeah, I will be right back as well.
An intermission in this day and age?
Eh.
I mean, they're underused.
They are. I don't know that I've seen a film made after the 70s. I think The Godfather has one, doesn't it?
I think part 2 might. I don't think the first one does. But part 2's longer, I believe, because it has both the flashback and the forward part.
It is 2 movies.
Mm.
It's like it's like a long movie with a short film in it.
Mm. Well, I want to say I want to say the flashback stuff with De Niro is like 40 minutes, 50 minutes.
No, I was thinking of the flashbacks of him as a little boy as the short film. No, it's a decent film with a smaller film and then a third short story in it.
Yeah. Which, by the way, it does like that whole myth of like, oh, everyone's name got mangled by Ellis Island because the customs agents couldn't write down your name. It's not true. You might be shocked to learn, but they did have people who spoke Italian in Ellis Island. They had people who spoke almost any language working there.
Yeah, people do still a lot of it is still being anglicized, but it's more by choice.
I was going to say most of it's done for the
Or
purpose
people just don't know how to spell their last name because they're not.
It wasn't standardized until records became standardized. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you're
Famously,
coming
there's like
from,
well
like,
over.
if you're coming from Naples or Ukraine, there's not likely a chance unless you're from a town. There's not likely a chance you've ever had cause to write anything or deal with documents other than documents which have been forced or issued upon you.
As we all know, a single sin in the field of historical accuracy does in fact ruin a movie.
I keep my hatred for mythical films which are not historically accurate.
Yeah, yeah.
I say that, but it's definitely something that you can, like, if you're not egregious, do whatever you're gonna do. If you're egregious, the movie's plot should just kind of make it worth being egregious, a la Braveheart. For literally having not a single iota of accuracy about it. Like, literally no one is the right age, where they were at the time.
Well, you know, like, kilts are like a thing that was invented in the 1600s. It's like a lot of like national cultural items. They're not ancient, but some guy invented it in the past few hundred years, and then we backdated it to, you know, time immemorial. But it's
and
like
the right of the first night or whatever, that is like a European legal boogeyman that no one can find ever being a thing that existed anywhere, just a thing that people have talked about forever. Like, there's definitely people at the time and later who talk about it like it is a thing or was a thing. It's just never did anyone has ever claimed to have done it or claimed to have that law exist.
was that the law that a king could sleep with a woman on the first night of her marriage?
Or that a lord of a
Yeah.
No,
well,
it is a thing that has a French name. It is a thing people have been talking about, but it's more like a taboo, like, you know, thing that people talk about or like assume that someone in the most of the time people in history have talked about it, they're talking about it like those historical barbarians were so barbaric they did this.
Exactly.
But
they violated the most sacred sacrament any Christian culture had, which was the marriage sacrament. And I mean, like, that's the problem. Is that, like, you know, to this day, your average person's conception of the Middle Ages is like gray, covered in mud and disease, and like filled with, like, you know, stupid inbred hicks. And it's like, you know, you know, everyone wants to believe that their historical era was the most advanced and moral society could ever be, so they want to exaggerate the faults of the past.
Welcome back, Corby.
Hello.
Hello. Time to cut to Brand New World, Planetside. Ooh, I decorated this pretty well, didn't I? Oops, I did not bring them all with me. Probably should. Probably want the away team to show up. Fun facts. Fun facts and hard attacks. Did not finish this map, but it will be finished here in a moment. Helps if you're on the correct layer. And then... I know exactly what I want to use. I just didn't do it. yet. This one. It's on the GM layer. That's useless to you. There you go. It looks a lot better. And we get rid of the grid lines. We don't need those. What we're doing. Yes. There we go. So yeah. You beam in. And I'm going to note that the ship is still... You can still talk to the ship because they're low enough that it doesn't much matter. Whoops. That's the zone of the ship. Let's try again. A rectangle.
Yep. Do you have all of Bonaventure's artillery assets at your disposal?
Good to know.
And the captain. Who will note as far away. Well, they're on that thing. Yeah, so you beam down and whoo-wee! It is immediately, you're in whiteout conditions. You can see faint outlines of hills and swaying trees that have been pelted to death by hail the size of your fist. Every so often you feel plink off the side of your armor. And you see an active display telling you a couple things. One, hazardous temperatures. 2, hazardous winds. 3, hazardous high gravity. And 4, it warns you that there are fluctuating chronoton radiation within your operational area, which is basically within your planetary zone, which you already knew all this, but hey, your suit knows enough to do very basic hazard scans.
And I'm to interpret our suits have like magnetic servos or something to keep us able to move in this high gravity environment.
It's more that it's keeping you from being crushed. The suit
Okay.
is creating its own micro. You can hear whirring inside all the joints of your suit that are trying to help your body move under the higher gravity. Without the suit and good weather, everything you do would be at increased difficulty.
All right, I'm gonna tap my comms and say, this is away team to. Or they call them landing parties in TOS, I believe. This is landing party to Killick. Do you read me?
Do I, GM?
You do indeed. There's a slight complication increase, if you will, that would, if you were trying to do anything like, if you're trying to encrypt the signal, there'd be a comp increase, but the signal's strong enough, you're so close that you're almost, in a spaceship scale, you're almost in contact range with each other. Yeah, you can hear them just fine.
Receiving you.
Understood. All right, listen up, people. Careful movements. Careful movements. If there's a tear in your suit, grab your suit repair kit. It's in the left pouch, third one down. If you cannot fix it, alert me immediately. Lieutenant Deca, location of the Haida's landing party.
I would say that Deca has been like trying to get a good handle on this since we arrived. Like while Atrim has been calling up to the ship, Deca has been attempting to get their bearings.
All right, you're looking at an extended task.
Okay.
Find the, oh god, I can't capitalize. Find the Haida landing party, as I was corrected by a freaking nerd.
Nerd.
Work track is 0 of 16, which means 16 by half is 8. And half of 8 is 4 more, so that's 12. The resist, hello, is 1. Difficulty is 5. Intervals is not an issue, I don't think. No. It's not really. Trouble track accounts for intervals. You either do intervals or you do problem. You don't do both.
Here's a question. Does any of that difficulty 5 come from lacking proper tools?
No, it's a combination of searching a large area plus the starfolk messing with the environment.
Understood.
Because the proper tool would be
Okay.
tricorder, and you have that.
Got it. Okay, fair enough. Just had to consider it.
Mhm.
That, and I could have used drop some difficulty. Do we have any momentum?
3.
3. Oh, that's very good. I still do have power of math. When I attempt a task which requires precise calculations, first d20 is free. And then I will spend 2 momentum to buy a 4th die, hazardous environments focus, please and thank you. Keen navigator trait.
Yeah.
I don't know if you would accept my trait of Medusan.
Not inherently,
Okay, fair enough.
If you were like traveling out of your box on your own, and you were trying to get to them, I would narrow it down because that difficult terrain is immaterial to you.
Right.
But you
In
have
which
people who have
case-
feet
okay.
and stuff you have to account for.
Yeah. I'm definitely going to drop the difficulty, I think. Would someone like to assist me, by the by? Because
I'll assist you.
an assist costs us nothing.
Yeah.
Because Killix assisting you,
Alithia
that
has
means,
a terrible sense of
and
direction.
because Killix assisting you, that means the ship can assist you. Because he's on the ship.
Ship's trait of veteran sensor operators.
Yes, comp or resistance or difficulty.
Deca.
You know what? I think now that I've brought the difficulty down to 3, I'm willing to drop the resistance.
How's it down to 3? Diff was 5 originally.
Oh, it's 5. Never mind. I'll drop the difficulty again.
Resistance is the thing that's gonna slow you down the most.
Oh, it is? Then yeah, I'll drop the
Because
resistance.
difficulty, if you don't hit the difficulty, you do nothing right. But if we kind of pull out all the stops and we hit the difficulty, you're not gonna do much if you have high resistance. Oh, it is only resistance 1, and you've got a con of 5, right?
No, 4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might be worth it to go ahead and hit that resistance.
Yep,
I
I'll
think,
drop
yeah.
the resistance. Yeah, that's fine. And I do get a reroll. It's Cautious Con. I'm gonna reroll that comp.
4. You're on the dot so far.
Since I'm error checking, basically, can I do Insight Con?
You could, yeah.
Oh, and that's I rolled daring, not control, so my number is actually better. But only by 1. That doesn't change anything.
Plus the ship and yourself. Very nice.
Additionally, because of visit every star, I generate a bonus momentum.
Does this fall within the plan of action?
I'd say it would, yeah.
So the difficulty, you got another trait and you get 2 bonus momentum. So the difficulty was 1 lower.
Yeah, because I would default it to difficulty, yeah.
There's no resistance
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
to apply it to.
yeah. Yeah, there's only one thing it could apply to.
But you know, that goes
I'm also
straight
gonna roll. I'm gonna roll my untapped potential as well. I get another bonus momentum.
All right. So your con is 4. 4 minus nothing is 4 of 16. For each additional impact, it costs 2.
Okay, what are we looking at for bonus?
4 next to you and 4 in the bowl.
Cool. I mean, for is there a? Here's a question: there's a time component to this, isn't there?
Complication or failure component. Because you roll comp or you fail a roll, then the trouble track ticks up. But you're not doing it with
Okay, but
intervals
it's
right
not-
now.
Okay, that was the important question. I'm not dealing with intervals right now,
No.
so I don't have to worry about cutting intervals down.
So just
Okay,
dump all the bonus.
yeah,
into it.
pour all the bonus momentum into additional work.
So that's
Do
2
you
more.
still have your determination?
6.
I do. I'm saving it for.
Okay, because I didn't know if there was a talent that would let you go 1 for 1. Sorry, 2 for 1, isn't it?
Something like that. I don't think there's one for con. I think there's one for science and medicine at most.
Yeah, there's like, is it lab rat? There was lab
Something
rat
like that.
for system, anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
That's all you're spending?
I
You have 4 in the table. You could add 2 more if you wanted. Don't have to. Just letting you know mechanically what you can do.
No. I'm doing the math in my head on some stuff. Okay. Yes, I will spend 2 more out of the bowl because, in order to make my next roll, I will need the 2 momentum that's on the table.
So 7 of 16. Not enough for a breakthrough, but you basically sneeze, you'll get there.
Hold on. There is something that will help you. I would like to spend my determination to get a talent. Coordinated efforts. When you assist another character during an extended task, the character you assist increases their impact by 1. Command 4, which I
Definitely
have.
Very. To what determination are you spending it? Because I think you do have to tie it to something. I think.
If no other reason I want to for the benefit.
Yeah, really.
I was looking. I have
Mission
to
directive.
No, I already got my my reputation. Now I need to get super powered abilities. And I was looking earlier. I want something that I've only used twice. Saving lives comes first. Because I took us down here, and I've sent my best people to save lives rather than monitoring the brain threat. I could have had the high to do this part.
Yeah. Or even send your more junior officer sort of thing. It's like,
Yeah.
No, I'm sending our seniors to deal with this. Yep, I'd take that.
So there's your impact. As long as I'm the one assisting you, your impact's gonna be
1 higher.
1 higher.
Okay, that brings us to 8 out of 16.
8/16. Your first breakthrough is on your way to find these people. Find your team through the fog and ice as you're going up and over many snow dunes, watching as ice pelts off your armor and off your box. Something is coming out amidst the mist and snow.
Am I able
Sit.
to... can Atram and I make out any kind of...
You see a green visor, a bronze helm, and a dusky brown covered in white jumpsuit outfit as you see a Breen slowly heading your direction. A singular Breen.
Commander. Commander, do you sense that individual ahead?
Do I?
You can see them. They're
I
long,
don't need to sense them, Deca.
they're at long range. You can see them from where you are. They're kind of there's a lot of wind and whiteout conditions, but you can see that little green light flickering out from the distance.
I want to try to broadcast using the suit's communicator in any direction I can and yell out, "Halt! Who goes there?"
Presence command difficulty 2.
I'm gonna be mad if Atrium's the first person to get a Breen to talk to them.
You've talked to Breen before.
I've been trying so hard.
You talked to a captain once. He basically told you to get bent, but you know, you talked to him.
Did I actually? I don't think. Did he actually send words back? I thought he just kind of ignored me.
Well, he sent words back.
Oh, okay.
You just didn't know they were Breen at the time. They were just unknown alien pirate.
Presence command, focus and composure, because I'm trying to appear stern and tough to this unknown force.
Certainly could. By the way, their mere appearance
Yes.
in the scene has added 1 threat.
Okay.
Because they are
Trait of
threatening.
cool-headed. The trait of cool-headed. There's a lot going on right now, but it's not phasing me because I'm focused on the mission.
Yeah, no, there's a lot going on. That's
All right. Many things are happening. All right. 1 momentum. So that drops the difficulty to 1. Focus. Yeah, I got this. You know what? I'll take it. Let's see what happens.
You spent a momentum, was it?
Yep.
Is that going to threat, or is that adding to the trouble track?
I said we'll take it. Oh, it's not gonna be, it'll go to the trouble track, then you can take this threat.
Okay. I was going to say, because I'm not making that mistake this time. I'm like, no, if I get anything, I'm going to pick on you. So yeah. You hear you hear that sort of Breenish language. Your helmet takes a second to translate it. And you made sure to you made sure to talk as simple Federation basic, so the translator doesn't have to work a lot to translate to them. Which what you said was pretty straightforward. I'm gonna spend 2 threat. You see them pull off their back what appears to be some sort of energy rifle. And you see them kind of make this sort of cocking motion of pulling the 2 handles close to each other and then drawing the back again to unfurl it and charge it up. They don't point it at you, but they clearly get it ready to shoot. And they say, after a pause, "I am an envoy of the Breen Confederation. Your treachery will be known. You will not hide what you've done here."
I will say, I am Commander Nyashrat Atrium, first officer of the USS Bonaventure, Starfleet. I know not of what you speak of. Our ship has only just arrived. We are here to rescue our downed landing party and return to our ship.
You may attempt presence command. Difficulty. It will be opposed. So they're defending. Because they are accusing you of being the cause of all this mess. And you're trying to clarify to them, no, 1, we don't know what the heck's going on. 2, we're here to help. So, and they're very ornery and really want to, like, no. You're the one in the wrong here. It's like, oh, God, could you just stop yelling at us for a second?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're not even mad at you. If anything, we could just leave you, you know. We don't have to help you.
Right.
This will be... right. This will be a spend of some threat, because they really think you're the ones behind this. You're going to do a full mit. Oh, God, that's a terrible roll. I don't think you did a whole lot. How's your presence? Oh, it's amazing. How's your command? It's better.
An envoy with a poor presence command.
It's not as good as you
He's
guys.
a envoy. Nobody said he was a good envoy.
Look, usually the envoy bats people over the head and says, you're property now. Difficulty 1.
Oh no.
I rolled absolute trash. And I'm wrong, I gained an extra threat. I forgot they're threatening 2, not threatening 1. That's the goons he had, who are now dead, have threatening 1. He has threatening 2. Hooray.
Oh good, his goons are dead.
Well, when someone can control weather and rend the planet apart, there's not a whole lot your goons can do.
Presence command. A focus in. Alright, I'm just going to read off some options and you can bite or not. Empathy, team dynamics, or composure. Team dynamics, especially because there are many of me and one of him.
I'll take empathy. Like, you're trying to think of, what if I were him? What if I was in his position and I'm trying to... It's like, look, I get it. I understand from a security standpoint why you're a little freaked. The rifle, totally get it. But please understand.
I've not even commented on the rifle. Yeah, I just don't want to regret. I understand the situation why you feel that way. I just don't want more violence.
Mm-hmm. Just trying to help. Just trying to help. Please don't shoot. Because frankly, we'll shoot back and we win. Let's be real.
Yeah. So I have that presence command. Take a threat. You've spent some. Why don't I give some back? There we go. I meet it.
All right. Your command is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll spend 4 threats for them to resist your arguments and continue their bellicose arguments and assertions that you must be to blame. They won't be tricked by your alien ways. And they just really are dedicated. You're getting the feeling as well, part in your empathy, your natural empathy, and even your own psychic empathy kind of gets to this person's scared, they're disoriented, and now there's a bunch of people, aliens with guns, who are here, who seem fine. You know, they're making you seem like you're a bigger threat than you are. And they're trying to give if I do overwhelming offense, I'll win because I'm outnumbered. It's like no, guy, please don't panic.
I am going to take my rifle off of its strap and place it down on the ground and say, I've removed my arm. I've removed my firearm. I mean you no harm. We are only interested in the rescue of our landing party. If you also require a humanitarian rescue, all you have to do is ask and we shall provide it.
The captain will speak over Atrium's ear and say, Commander, if this is going to cost too much time, I can handle it, and Alethea can secure them.
As the ship looms in perfect phaser orbit, an artillery strike.
Yeah, I mean, I can, stun him. But it's your call. I'm alerting you to a possibility.
I want to see. She's not going to immediately reply after I put my gun down. What does he seem to be doing?
He tries to make his arguments why this is a trap. He doesn't trust you. Yada yada yada.
All right. Yeah, she's going to turn her head away from him and tap the button on her forearm that turns the comm on and say, "All right, I tried the peaceful way. Hit him."
Captain says, stand by, away team, low energy, phaser beam inbound.
Everyone put
Just
your faceplates
activate-
down and turn around.
I was gonna say, ionize your face shields.
Control security, diff 2, weapon security. I would point out some sort of cover, but you're coming from above, and you're not hitting him, you're hitting his zone. There is no dodging artillery fire.
Exactly. This is the value of indirect fire, is that it's coming from up.
And I do realize that with ship grade weaponry, there is a margin for error that he may be so weak he dies anyways. But I am attempting the whatever Starfleet suggests for dealing with crowd control.
No, there is they actually show in, and I've used this once before on the Kismet, a long time ago.
I remember that.
In TOS, they do show that starships are able to fire at stun settings on large groups.
Yeah.
I've always loved that. I've heard people say it's ridiculous, and it kind of is, but also it feels very Starfleet. Like, I can't imagine anyone else's phasers do that.
No. Klingon's stun is they
You
blew up
mean
the building
stun?
next to you.
I made this disruptor. It melts them. What do you mean stun?
Yeah.
You want a worse disruptor?
And I'd say as well, even if he had a way to spend threat, I'd go, no, I'm not spending that. That's ridiculous. You're being hit by a starship phaser, a cannon, or not a battery. What are you? What are you shooting?
Yeah.
Banks, I believe.
You fire a bank of phasers, boom, firing this this barrage of green energy and melting some of the snow from the impact. And boom. Like, this is enough to stun a crowd of like 100 people.
Yup.
But hey, if you roll comp, I might make. Well, no, go into trouble track. But if you fail roll comp, I'll probably kill him. Because don't worry, even at failure, you have succeeded at cost. If you fail, he'll just go down and not be and be in trouble.
All right.
That's why I'm here.
Blam! God's almighty. As heaven opens up and a green barrage of energy is huge plumes of snow melting away.
I mean, yeah, Atrum did say our ship is here, and if he looked up, he would see said ship. So
Yeah.
it was no prizes at this point.
Web security. Ship could screw up. Come on, ship. Aw,
did.
damn it, ship. Yeah, you see, poof, and yeah, the guy's down.
The captain says, fire mission complete. Commander Alethea, please move in. And secure.
Yes, Captain.
All right, yes. In that case, I shall pick up Dekka and say, Dekka, continue to guide us.
All right.
I'm gonna go up to the guide, check his vitals
Reason.
as best I can.
Plus medicine. Difficulty. Up 2, because you're right on top of him. And you're using a medical tricorder. This is pretty straightforward. You still need a medical license to do it effectively, but
Yeah. Medical technology.
Does the tricorder say, when you open it up every morning, it says, like, please scan medical license?
I'll even say as you walk up to him, there's still, as cold as it is, you can see steam still radiating off the ground and off his armor.
Mm-hmm. Dang. I will spend 1 momentum for a third die.
I think what I did during the previous edition was I had it set a forest on fire. Yes, it's stunned, but that's a lot of heat going into a densely packed forest. Uh-oh.
Alright, I will reroll that comp.
Well, you have to reroll the whole thing to roll the command, you see.
What?
I don't know.
Why does it say command? I don't have a command of 5.
Also, it's command in lower cap. It's not even. It's not even.
Yeah.
It's because it's that's what it does when it's like got the it's not read properly what you're using, like it's basing it off of the last thing.
Yeah.
because it did pick up your medicine score, but it didn't pick up the right. Yeah, it does the lowercase thing.
Weird. All right.
It's table.
Oh, I did the furniture beam.
You reconstituted this man into furniture.
Instead of Killick, he's dead. It's Killick, he's desk.
So yes, he is stunned. He is stable, which means because he's stunned, he will wake up at the beginning of a new scene.
Right. Patient is stable, preparing for transport.
Same difficulty.
Yep.
Diff 4.
Well, how many charges do the
3.
transport enhancers have? 3? And do those consume per attempt to beam or per
attempt to beam. Because if you fail to beam, you basically re-beam the person back where you had them, so you don't kill them.
Okay. Then, and I'll say, Captain, do you want enhancers set up at his location?
The captain says, Commander, use your expertise in medical guidance. Other words, I can't really tell what your situation is because the sensors. So be a commander in a.
Yeah. No, then what they will say, don't want to cause any complications with the beam, so I'm setting up pattern enhancers. I'll let you know when the signal's clear.
So that control engineering from earlier would be 4, drops to 3. Control NG sensors science. Now would fall to Killick at this rate.
Gonna spend a momentum.
On 2 plus the ship. You are short by 1.
Yeah, I don't really want to risk too much. That's why I didn't spend threat. This is a low threat situation right now. Don't really want to mess it up. So the captain will say, unless the patient's in critical condition, it's not advisable at this time for a retry on this beam.
Patient is stable and will awaken fairly soon.
All right. Rely on stretchers and restraints then.
Understood.
Basically, security team will, as they catch up, will come over to secure the Zen, or Zen, I should say. All right. It is at this point in time that we can make this a multi-parter. It is possible we can do it all in one go if we keep going, but I don't know if people want to keep going.
I would prefer multi-parter.
Probably would too.
Yeah,
good.
I'm fine with that.
So, the first true multi-parter, because other times I've had like the mission morph significantly as we went on. Mm-hmm. This is literally this is the episode, as it were, would fade as the camera starts pulling out, the whipping wind all around. as the away team gets over and starts putting Zen on a stretcher and putting like these huge security bands over. They pull his rifle off him and his pistol.
I'm now totally picturing the season finale sting would absolutely be like the captain giving the order to drop the stun bomb on the guy, then
Yeah.
and then you have to wait 6 months to see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Okay. I don't mind because I get my threat back.
True.
Oh, you.
For everyone watching out there, thank you very much for watching. For those of you playing, thank you very much for playing. And the season finale continues next time. Have a good one. Bye.
We fell for it.
Wahahaha. Well, part of it is we started later too. I think if I had that extra time, I might have been able to squeeze it in.
Yeah.
I don't know if you was. I think I was squeezed in you into the next next breakthrough event, and then. But so I didn't. It's like you might be able to do it all in one go or not. I wasn't sure.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to guarantee I could.
And if we were all like, yeah, we can run for another hour, I would also.
Yeah.
For sure.
Exactly. So I wanted to ask. I looked at the time. I was like, nope. I don't. I'm out. I've gone. I've already gone into my safety zone, so I can't go much further without asking.
Yeah.
What episode was this?
Episode 10. We're actually going to our first episode 11 for the series.
Cool.
Oh, episode 20 then.
Yeah.
Total.
Yeah.